Here's kind of a historically important cassette deck from the last part of 1970, the early part of 1971. This is the Fisher RC-80B, and what makes it historically important is it was the first to the market with Chrome capabilities and Dolby B capabilities, which kind of pushed it over the threshold into the high fidelity category, which compact cassettes had never made before. And so it was important. Now, it never gets any love for that because just a month or so after it came out, the Advent 201 came out, which had Chrome and Dolby, and it had the Wollensak transport mechanism, which was much more reliable and gave less wow and flutter, and overall a better performance, which really makes most people consider it the first high fidelity cassette deck. But the Fisher does have a little claim to fame there. So it's pretty standard controls. We have 1/4-inch microphones, record levels. My meters are funky and they don't work very well, as you'll see when we go to test it out. We have our typical key layout. Let's look around. Nothing around the side. Around the back we have our inputs and outputs, right and left, and a Dolby test switch. And as near as I can tell, that's for when you're adjusting your bias potentiometers. I don't think it has anything to do with normal operation of this cassette. I could be wrong on that, but that's my thought. Let's see if we can take a look inside here. It's kind of awkward. I want to thank the Leaf people for making all the noise today. There's the inside. We also have a lighted tape counter. Dolby system audio noise reduction. And this came with 2 M5 microphones. Here they are, 2 model M5s, 1/4-inch plugs, off and on. We'll use these in our demonstration. Mine does have problems. My unit does have some problems, so I did order a service manual for it. Service manual is interesting in itself. This is a serial numbers beginning in 10,001. And I think mine on the back was what? Did I even show the bottom? I think I did. 20,421. So I'm about 10,000 behind. 10,000 or something. 10,400 were made before this, if you can believe that number. The service manual is interesting itself. Lots of good reading here. Not sure exactly when I'll get to some of this. It works well enough to sit on my cabinet or my shelf, but it doesn't work well enough for any serious recording. Very detailed service manual. And let's see, we've seen the microphones. This light comes on when you power it on. and there's a little light down here that comes on, but it only kind of illuminates half this. When you hit record, this comes on and the other half of the light down in there comes on. I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be or if mine's just kind of funky like that, but I don't get both lights down here until I press the record button. What else is there here? We've looked in here. Well, let's go down and find the stereo system to hook this up with and check it out. Alright, to help us demonstrate the cassette deck today, we're going to use the 1970 Panasonic, I think it's the SE-840. I had a video about this on my channel about 6 months ago, but I didn't have the correct speakers. I found those speakers over Labor Day, so now I have a better set. As a matter of fact, if you want to sit through to the end of this video, I'll show the inside of those speakers, and I don't remember if I made a video of me cleaning them or not, but we'll put that at the very end. In the meantime, we'll start with recording an LP onto the Fisher. So we're set, we're on pause, record and play. Got our tape in. We've got the Chrome and the Dolby in. Of course, the light comes on the right side when you're recording. Getting some meter deflection there. I won't record too much of this for copyright problems. Stop that. We'll switch to tape. Give us a little volume. Rewind. And play.
And now, live from the Commons in Columbus, Indiana, here's Elvin Rooks and the Bluegrass Ramblers. Thank you.
Well, that should be about it. I think we can maybe escape through the copyright issues there if we don't play too much. So I think the recording for LP sounds very good, very strong. Let's see what it sounds like off the radio. Alright, we're on the radio here. Record, play, pause. We've got our Chromium and Dolby in. There's that odd motor noise that comes on every so often. I have not solved that problem. And it's likely to go away as soon as it starts sometimes. But not this time. tape there.
Up to play the $1,000 minute yet? Happens every morning with KJ and Tom on 107.9 The Mix. Indy's 10 in a row.
Well, that sounds not too good. That sounds kind of scratchy. I don't know if that's a function of maybe the output for the line out of the Panasonic or the input of the Fisher. But certainly the turntable sounded much better. Let's try a pre-recorded Type 2 cassette and hear what that sounds like. You don't find a lot of pre-recorded Type 2 cassettes. I guess the manufacturers didn't know what type of equipment their customers would have, so they just made Type 1. At least I don't ever see Type 2s very often. This is from a music studio that sold things, so they had Type 2 cassettes. I don't know if it's Dolby.
One, two, three, four.
Noble Romans has a brand new way to count. Pepperoni on your pizza, there's no doubt. That you've ever seen so many pepperoni, oh, there's plenty, and you want to know exactly the amount.
28, 29, 30.
101 pepperoni pizza.
The better pizza people have a hunch.
I'm not sure you could hear a difference, but I could hear a difference when I released the Chrome button, not when I did anything to the Dolby button. So I'm not sure what that means, but I could hear a difference when I took it off the Chrome setting. Let's try microphones. Alright, for our microphone test, we've got left microphone over there, we have right microphone up here. We're going to be using a regular old Type 1 cassette right now. No reason to use a Type 2 or Dolby for just a little voice recording test. Alright, I'm kind of more near to the left microphone right now than I am to the right microphone. I'm not getting much deflection. I'm kind of far away from them, of course. But now I'm speaking more into the right microphone than the left. And now I'm closer to the left than the right, and that left needle just doesn't like to work well. So, this has been the Fisher RC-80B cassette deck from about 1971. Supposedly the first cassette deck with Chrome and Dolby capabilities. But it gets no love because the Advent 201 came out just a little bit after this, but it had the nice Wollensak mechanism that made it more reliable. Let's stop this. Play it back. I'm kind of more near to the left microphone right now than I am to the right microphone. I'm not getting much deflection. I'm kind of far away from them, of course. But now I'm speaking more into the right microphone than the left. And now I'm closer to the left than the right, and that left needle just doesn't like to work well. So, this has been the Fisher RC-80B cassette deck from about 1971. Supposedly the first cassette deck with Chrome and Dolby capabilities. But it gets no love because the Advent 201 came out just a little bit after this, but it had the nice Wollensak mechanism that made it more reliable. Let's stop this. Okay. Well, didn't sound too bad, but I have heard better. Hope you've enjoyed this demonstration of a pretty, maybe historically important cassette deck from 1971-ish. And if you want to stay tuned, I'll probably have a little something about the Panasonic speakers after this. Thanks for watching. Bye. Well, one of these has been cleaned, and one of these has not. Can you guess which is which? I'm gonna take these grills off and clean off that layer of dust off these Panasonic Sonosphere speakers. Well, if you want to see what's inside one of these Sonosphere speakers, now's your chance. That's it. Plastic speaker and some insulation.